Hello guys, welcome to the second videos of the series. And in the previous video we discussed on how we created this demo bot, how this getting started is working, and how it is asking our name and then it is returning us an information, right? So we discussed about this. Now in the second video we will create a more complex bot. So how can we do this? So for a more complex bot, let us, for demonstration purpose, I have come up with a API. So I found this API from Rapid API. So this API is basically, it says the crypto coin ranking. Okay. So what we will do is we'll tell this is the top 5 or top 10 crypto, and this is the percentage change in last 3 hour, 12 hour, 24 hour, whatever it is, right? And we'll show them in a pretty way, in with the URL, with the image URL and all this stuff. So this you can find it in the Rapid API itself. So what we'll do is, there are multiple APIs by the way, but we'll use the first API. Let us test this endpoint and let us see how this result looks like. So this result has 5 coins. So this is giving us multiple coins, and each array has the bit. So this first array has Bitcoin, second array is Ethereum. So this is by the market order. This is the Tether. This is by market order. It is giving us the coins. Now this we can change it from instead of 5 we can make it 10, and we should get 10 results here. So yeah, we got 10 results. So we'll use this API. So let us do Python and HTTP client request. Let's say we'll use request, copy code, and using the same code we'll pass on all these results, and we'll create card which will tell us the name, this symbol in this color, let's say in this color, with the icon, price, and the change. Okay, the change will make it a little bit fancy, where we'll say if it has moved up, then we'll make it green. If it has moved down, we will make it red. Okay, so okay, now with this let us we got the code. We will go ahead. This is the code which we were making changes in. So we'll come here and we'll do this. So we will, before pasting, we will keep this as it is. We'll not change the previous API route. Rather we'll create, let's say, top crypto. Okay, and we'll use the same function name. Let me copy the code once again and pasted it. Now we have the code here. So we won't import request, we will import request here. Okay, it was already imported. Now that we have request, we have this code. Cool. Now what we will do is, this is a response. Let us pass this response in JSON, because it will be easy for us later when we are passing this. It will be easy for us to loop over this response and see the data, go through the data, right? Okay, now we have the JSON response, but this JSON response won't give us anything. We also have to create a response that we have to give it to Stripe. So let us create a card object. Okay, so the card object can have multiple types of data in it. So it can have a picture row, it can have multiple pictures in it, a thumbnail type of a thing. You can scroll right, left, whatever. You can have video row, you can have multiple text below it, H1, H2, with multiple colors, with multiple bold, italic, all those stuff. So we'll use some of it and we'll try to create a card. So before actually parsing this, let me first create a card for this. Okay, so let me create a sample card for Bitcoin. Okay, so it will be very similar to this. We'll create a strike object, we'll create a question. So let me copy paste the code essentially. So this won't be getting started handler, this will be top crypto handler, right? Okay, perfect. Now we have the top crypto handler, base API, the question we want to ask. This can be a question card. Okay, we'll use a question card here instead of question text. So we'll use question card here. Set text to before set text to question, if we are using a card, we have to give a header to it. Header basically contains the metadata about the card, that how the card should look like. So we should give set header to question. Now in set header to question, let us see what are the things it takes in as parameter. So it takes context index and width. So for now we will pass it as 1, and strike dot full width, let's say. Okay, so this we have passed. Now we have to set text row to question. So since this is a card, we have can set multiple rows to a card. So we have to do set text row to question, right? So this is ideally the thing. Now here we have to pass again multiple steps. So let's say we have to pass h3. So this is heading 3 as the name suggests. Now once we have this, we will show, let's say we'll show something like below are the top crypto, right? Below are the top let's say top 5 crypto. Okay, we will and do this, and we will also say what should be the color of it. Let's say it will be black, and let's say it will be if it has to be false or not. So false as in it expects us to if it will be a bold or not, right? So if we go to strike and if we see so set text row to question. So this is not here, so it not be set, it should be ideally add text row to question. Yeah, so it expects a row type, value, color and bold. So bold is ideally true or false, a boolean value. So we won't keep it bold, so hence I have kept it false. Let me make it add text row to question. Yeah, now this is what. Cool. So now we have added a question here. Now this is a card type. Now let us also add an answer to this, answer types to this card. So this will be answer object, and answer object will, what we'll do is we'll do the question card, and on question card we will mark answer as true, answer as true. So this true or false comes into picture when there are multiple cards, or and you expect the input for multiple cards or multiple text. So true or false is basically for multi-select cases. Okay, if you make it true, then you will be able to select multiple cards. If you don't select true, then user will be only able to select one card. Okay, let's say you want to give them a choice that okay, you can select Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, all these 3 cards out of 5 cards. Then you can have to make it true to enable multi-select. Otherwise, you can keep it false. So I'll keep it true for option sake. Now we have to, so this is a question card answer type, right? So in the answer, we can have multiple answer card array. Okay, so there can be multiple cards, and it will be an array of cards. Okay, so answer card array, and inside this we have to specify what will be the orientation of this. So it will be a vertical orientation or a horizontal orientation. Okay, so vertical orientation basically means that it will be vertically, we can scroll vertically. Horizontal means we can scroll horizontally. So let us keep it vertical for now. Now on this, now that we have this parent answer object per se, now we will start creating cards and put it in the array. Now we'll do answer object dot, we'll create card now, answer card, answer card. Now we have answer card here. We will now, you remember here to the card we set a header. So here also we have to set header. So we have to set header to answer, and similar thing, it will also expect something. So answer header, this answer header expects the, if it's a it expects similar thing, that if it has to be an index or if it has to be a half width or full width. So let us keep it same as it is, and let us make it half for demonstration purpose. Yeah, now this is half width. Now we have to give that, okay, we have to add a picture to this. So to add a picture, add graphic row to answer. So we can add graphic rows to questions as well, we are here adding into answers. So add graphic row to answer, and in answer we'll make it strike dot picture row. Okay, so this is a picture row constant that is there in the library, and in this, it, what does this expect? This expects URLs and thumbnail URLs, right? So these are list of URL and thumbnail URL. So you can give multiple URLs. So let's say we don't give any URL right now, and thumbnail URL we can keep it blank. So URL, let us get a Bitcoin URL. I had here, yeah. So this URL gives this is under a Creative Commons license, so these are free to use. So I'll use this URL from here. I'll paste it, and just like that we have added a graphic row. Okay, now we want to add a text row to this. Okay, so add text row to answer. So in text row, it again expects multiple things very similar to this question. So expects this, the heading type, the text type per se, the text, the color, and the bold or not. So we'll copy the same thing. Let's say we'll copy the same thing. We'll keep it h4. This is the type is Bitcoin, let's say, and let me keep it black and false, and copy paste this multiple times because we'll keep a price, we'll keep a change. Okay, so let's say price is price dollar something. Anyway, we'll read this from the API, so this is just a arbitrary value. And let's say 3 hour change. So if you see here, yeah, in the query string, if you see, time period is 3 hours. So every 3 hours it will have a new change value. So it is good that we are keeping it 3 hour change. Now in 3 hour change, how we will give it is, we'll make it green. If it is let's say it moved up by 0.5%, we'll make it green. Okay, so this is green, and we'll keep it as false. We'll not keep anything here, and that's pretty much it. So these are all the objects that you've added. Now we will return this. So return JSONify and strike object dot data. Perfect. Now that we have this, now let us connect it to the code. Now, okay, so what we'll do is we'll keep the previous getting started handler as it is. We will create a new handler for top cryptos. So I'll go to your bots, my first demo bot, add action handler, top 10 crypto. Okay, so set send API endpoint. So API endpoint will be this endpoint, and the route is top crypto. So we will update it. So let me paste this slash top crypto. So now once we update this, we should have a top 10 crypto handler in our demo bot. Perfect. Now once we hit this, it should ideally give us a card like object. It should first tell below are the top cryptos, and then we should have card, a single card of Bitcoin. Let's see if it works. So it says something went wrong. So let us see where did it went wrong. So okay, so okay, the server itself was not running. Okay, it says indentation error. Let me go back and see where the indentation error is happening. Let me see, add text row. Okay, so ideally there should be dot slash because we are connecting it. Yeah, now let's save this, and now let us try to run it. Perfect, it's running now. Now again let's try to hit the bot, and now let's see. Perfect. So now it says below are the top 10 cryptos, and this is a card. We have a URL, we have a picture, we have name, price, and change. Perfect. Now we will make this dynamic from the API. So now we will read the API. Okay, so in the API, if we go back and visit our API, the result will have a data. Inside data we will have coins, and inside coins we'll have all the coins. So we have to loop over data and coins. So let me go to code. Let me come here. What we'll do is for coin in, so we have response. So we have a JSONified response already here. So we have a JSON object. So in response, what we'll do is we'll go inside data, and inside data it was data and then coins. So we'll go inside coins. So now we'll have all the coins now. So inside this now, each object will have name. So what we have to give here is, instead of this, we will give coin name. Perfect. Now we have to give price. So we'll do this. Perfect. Now price is somewhere written in price. So coin price. Perfect. So we have also given the price of it. Now that we have done this, let us also give a dollar symbol, black. Let us also use this value, this color for in text color, right? That will be interesting. So instead of sending us plain black, let us use coin color. Let us use, yeah. Let us use this in the second place as well. Perfect. Now we have price, we have 3-hour change. So in 3-hour change, okay, this can be either go to minus or plus. So we'll code that a little bit later maybe, but this should be plus uh, change, right? So coin change. Now we have change. So let us code this, okay? So what we'll do is we'll remove this. We'll say that if coin change is greater than 0, okay, then we will make it green, else we will make it red, right? So if it is less than 0, which is it's a negative growth, then we will have it in red. Let us also add a symbol here in order to better understand. So I think I've up and down HTML symbol or Unicode symbol or something. Yeah, very similar to this. Yeah, so up arrow, let us keep it here, down arrow, let us keep it here. Perfect. Now let us save this. Let us see if this works now. The server is running. This is running. Let me refresh it. Let's see what happens. So top 10 cryptos. Okay, it says not supported between string and integer. So it's just in string type. So let me go back and see. Yeah, this is a string, right? So let us check something else then. Okay, so if it is minus, then it should be something like minus 0.10%, right? So we can check it with minus. Okay, so if it's a negative, then we will make it red and we'll make it green. Let us revert it. Control X V, Control X V. Right? So this makes sense. Okay, now let me save this and let's see if it is working fine now. Let me go back. Let me rerun the demo bot and let's see. So it said name add text to row answer is not defined. Okay, so add text row to answer is not defined. Okay, so somehow this is not working as expected. So we have used this, we have used this. If coin is not working, we have used this. So up till here things should look fine once we are inside. So once we have sent that coin change is equal to negative, we are again doing add text. Okay, so here to what are we adding text row to answer? We don't know, right? We have to add it to answer object. We have to add it to answer object. So we are not adding it to any object. Okay, now we will save this. Now ideally should work. Now it has restarted. Now I'll again go run my what. Okay, just one info here. This is getting restarted on its own because the Python server is running in a debug mode. Okay, if you mark this as false or you use your own server, then it might not get restarted on its own. So this is one point that I'd like to mention here. Okay, now going back, let me hit top 10 crypto and perfect. So Bitcoin, okay. Okay, second one is also Bitcoin because we have not used the image properly. But let's see. Second one is Ethereum. This change is different. Okay. Okay, did we have any negative growth somewhere? Okay, everything grew positive. Okay, cool. If nothing grew negative, then we can't do anything. Let us make this 24 hour. Let's see if in 24 hours something dipped. 24 hours. And let us make this 20. Okay. Okay, so let us make it 10 only. Now for the logo, we will use this logo, but we don't support SVG logo for now. Okay, so instead of SVG, what we will do is we'll use these logos. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll quickly create a logo map. Okay, so I already have this created to speed up the process. So I have copied the logos from here itself. So I'll quickly copy and paste it here such that we make our lives easy. So we have all this coin logo map. Okay, so Bitcoin is mapped to some logo, Ethereum is mapped to some logo, so it is already mapped. So what I'll do is I will reference this instead, coin logo, and I'll use this coin ka name. Okay, so coin ka name. This should ideally work as expected. What it will do is it will get the coin name, let's say Bitcoin. So it will get the Bitcoin, and inside Bitcoin in the coin logo map, it will go and get this image URL. Okay, so let us see now if we have multiple image URLs. So go back, demo bot, and rerun it. Now let us see how this looks like. Okay, this is Bitcoin, this is Ethereum. Okay, this is minus, but this is somehow showing in positive. This is not correct. So if it is negative, it should be in red, but it's showing positive. So this is somehow not matching. Okay, we should compare the 0th index for this. Let us refresh and let us redone it again. So we are not comparing the correct index. Now we should see it in red. Perfect. So in 24 hour it went down, this went up, good. This went down, perfect. So this way we have 10 top 10 cryptos in place. So yeah, so this is how we can use the cards in order to create such things. So now we can, instead of vertical orientation, we can make it horizontal, and we can again do this. Then it will be a horizontal scroll instead of a vertical scroll. So if I go again top 10 crypto, it will be a vertical scroll. Look, so it will be a vertical scroll like this. So it's as simple as this. Okay, cool. Okay, guys. So this was a demonstration of a complex bot. This was not a complex bot, but this was a bot which we were using a third-party API, and dynamically we are creating multiple cards and values. So yeah, similarly, we can go ahead and use multiple interfaces like date interface, which we used in our first bot, text interfaces, card interfaces is by far the most dynamic one per se, number interfaces. So you can use all this interface inputs and you can make your bot more flexible and more dynamic in nature. Okay, thank you. Let's meet us again in multiple other videos. Bye.